Alright, that's more like it. Sorry, I had some formatting issues. So we're going to be doing Tour 11 today. I haven't had a chance to play. Oh, of course, I forgot. We're going to have to download this crap. Haven't had a chance to play any of the new holes, so we'll be looking for those. Steve, what's going on, man? Thanks for the good luck, brother. So this will be my first look at those ones. We'll see what we can do. I caught a couple minutes of Peter Johnson's stream last night, but I wasn't paying all that close of attention to it. I think I saw him play like one par 4. It was a short par 4 and one par 3. And I can't remember what either of them really looked like, except for they're the usual craziness that they've been coming out with most of the recent tours. So big elevation changes and crazy shots. So we'll see what comes of this summer major tournament next week. Scott, hey, good afternoon. Yes, thank God it's Friday. It has been a long week, and I am ready to kick back, play some Golf Clash. As is usual in my streams, if it cuts out suddenly, it means I got a call from either my wife or work, so my apologies in advance if that happens. I will likely come right back on if it's nothing too serious, so hopefully that's the case and you can rejoin me if that does happen. And once again, apologies if it does. And of course, we kick off with not a new hole. So kind of want to land like right in this valley here. There's this hump and then this one. Kind of want to be right in between them with full left spin here. I think I'm going to use like 4.5 bars of top spin. Maybe a little more than that. I play it as a +10, so stupid ass trees. I'm going to have to go over here. So we're going to go like 6.5. So like half overpower and not quite full left curl. Oh, great, right. I had to rush that one. Might still be okay here. Yeah, we're looking all right. As long as it doesn't fall off to the right, no, we're okay. Hey, Beto, thanks for the good luck. Yeah, it is hot here. It's been brutal. Yeah, up in the upper 90s to 100, and if you're familiar, it's a very humid area. So, yeah, the other day the heat index was at 123. So we're getting some ridiculous crap going on here. It's just been brutal. I don't mind the heat though. I grew up down in Texas, so the heat and I get along just fine. But yeah, when it gets up like that, it's just like oppressively brutal. You don't want to do anything outside. Your electricity bill goes through the roof as your AC's running nonstop to try and combat this friggin' heat wave. Loads of fun. Alright, so your options here are to split the trees and go right through this area and right at it, or to curl it around and go through right there. Because of the position I'm in, I'm going to go straight through these ones here. Kind of lets you go more right at the pin. So you can see you don't quite want to go like that far. You want your landing position to be about right there. And we'll play +20. So I'm going to go like, I don't know, 8.5 rings. Oh, too much of an over adjustment. In keeping with my scatterbrained mind, I didn't have my wind charts with me, so I was just kind of figuring it out. I had to go run and grab them real quick. 97 with a 78 dew point. Woof. Yeah, Cardinals are hot too, baby. Finally. Took them long enough. That team has just kind of been a drag all year. It kind of went unnoticed. They started off the year really hot, and it was the team kind of we all thought they were going to be real solid pitching. They were getting hitting when they weren't. I'm going to go right just outside left edge here. And they had just like a terrible run, but we were in the middle of Stanley Cup fever here, so nobody really cared what the Cardinals were doing for like the first time ever. The Blues just never make a run that deep, so it's always baseball focused around here during those times. So it was a good time for them to kind of clunk it up, and then they just kind of stumbled to the halfway point. Didn't really do much of anything. Let's see who goes here. Oh, he's going first, so I can keep talking sports. Carpenter's driving you insane. Oh yeah. So Matt Carpenter is a very odd kind of guy. He does this every year. If you look at his first half numbers, they were garbage. He has these like prolonged stretches where he can't really do anything but walk. But then when he gets hot, it is something to behold. He hits like a madman, and he's in that state right now where he's locked in and just crushing the ball. Goldschmidt's finally stepping up. Like, yeah, we're finally playing some good ball. It's good to see. It's real good to see. Now that everyone's attention here in St. Louis can officially like go back to baseball. Good shot from our opponent here. Left to the short, which is kind of what you want to do. If you go deep past the pin, it carries to about 4.5 or 5 yards past. I'm going to play a little bit different than my opponent, though. I'm going to play full right spin over here with 1 bar of backspin. I like to land over in this area. I'm going to be playing with quite a bit of curl here as well, and 20% over, so we're going to add 2.3 to play it at 13.7. Once again, we got freaking trees in our way. So 8 rings on the dot. 5, 8. We're in the trap, but it's actually about the same elevation, so I'm not going to do any kind of pull. And then like half a ball of curl to combat that crazy crosswind. It's going deep, but not too deep. Should win this one. Another bar of backspin that's probably within a yard. Let's see if we wants to run this back. Right on, Josh. Right on. So my plan's to grind out a pin chest with this account and then switch over. Depending on how much time I got. So we'll see how that goes. A new hole. So this was the hole that I saw on Pete's stream yesterday, and like so very many holes, I said this one screams out to me for a Thor's Hammer power slice. And even into a crosswind, I think that's what I'm going to do here. Because why not? Why not? So, I don't really... I'm going to play with a Titan and not a Kingmaker. Because I'm going to want to use as much topspin as possible. And since I'm slicing it, that should be enough. Even into this crazy crosswind. Pretty good shot from our opponent there. I'm not sure how far that leaves you from the pin. Looks like a long iron probably. Let's see what we can do here. 15 miles an hour. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to go full topspin as much right as that'll get me. Set up my aim point here. So let's see what kind of elevation we're looking at. Probably plus 10, so like 10 rings of adjustment. So we want it to land here. So since we're already at 10, was what we'll call it, I'm going to go 5 more. You know what? I'm going to switch to a sniper bag here while I remember. And let's just kind of see what that does. Looks like it's hanging out to the left a little bit. Yeah, way out to the left. So that basically landed where my target was. So that tells me it's playing more like a 30% over adjustment than a 10. So yeah, that's significantly downhill. Let's see this replay here. Yeah, that basically landed right where my target was. So 15 rings. Jesus. If the slice is right, that's close to. That's a huge over adjustment. That's more like, that's got to be even more than 30. That's wild. Okay. I was watching the replay and not what my opponent was doing, so I didn't see how far he was. Looked like a... Oh, he's got a hornet. Okay. Short iron in. Yeah, that's not bad. This will be one that we'll probably want to eagle in the tournament, depending on the wind. So... I don't think it's... Yeah, no elevation here. We're just going to play it as a mid. See if we can kind of leave it short here. And go like 6 rings. Hopefully it doesn't go down in that trap. No, we're okay there. Yeah, Beto, this is a cool looking hole. Wow, that stayed real short. Interesting little par 4 here. So with that amount of tailwind and it staying that short, let's see, 6 rings 15 is 16.3 and it was a 15. So I'm almost going to say that that's going to play as like an uphill shot. At first glance, I think that might be like a -10. Considering how much tailwind we had there and how short that ball stayed. So I adjusted for a 16.3, which is just under a 10% over adjustment, and it stayed short in turn. Let's see, so probably 2 rings short. So that would be playing, yeah, that's going to be an uphill shot. What in the hell? Where are we here? Okay, so they're going to make you bring a cat out of this one for 211. Well, I'm going to play a full backspin Thor shot and see what we can do, I guess. Curl it in there. Yeah, just going to curl it in there. We played a +10 and a min, so that's going to be like 6 rings, full curl, see what happens. Had to release from the right, which I don't particularly enjoy doing. Not particularly happy with that, but I guess I'll take it for my first look at this one. This might be a sand bump hole. I do love a good sand bump. Oh, Scott played Masters. -11 on both. Nice. That's a good score for Masters for sure. Sandy Bell in the house. GC Steen in the house. Thanks for the good luck, Sandy. What's up, Steen? How you doing? Yeah, we're not going to be able to play this one with a sniper. It doesn't look like from the third tees. So that's disappointing. We're going to have to figure out how to play it with a Thor for pretty much every wind possible. So that's interesting. Steen, I'm good. Been busy recently, so but you know, staying busy is good. Haven't been able to play as much as I usually do, but oh, he beat me. So as deep as that went, yeah, I think that's going to play as a bigger over adjustment, kind of similar to our drive. It's got to be more than the +10, I suppose. Let's see. Oh no, I didn't. I under adjusted there. I was going from memory. I should have adjusted closer to 7 rings than 6. so that didn't help. So maybe plus 10 is correct. John is here as well. Hello, John. John and Sandy both in the house. Glad to have you. Thanks for stopping by. Cider headwind, Thor backspin works nice, Scott. Yeah, I think I still could have played it there. Just a bad under adjustment. Let me see. Let's see, what did I have here? I've got the stream up on my laptop, so I can scroll back and take a glance and see.